What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 92 of the WCW series. I am Swarls. We are 12 days away from Slamboree 1995, which you might think is like, oh, we're going to get to that this stream, but we probably aren't, because there's still like 5 TVs before then. We got a Saturday, we got a Super Viernes, we got a Nitro, we got another Saturday, we got another Super Viernes. Oh. I think we'll make it to about here, maybe here. Maybe we'll do everything but the pay-per-view. But with that said, we should just probably get into it. Of course, Slamboree is a Saturday brand pay-per-view. We're building to Steve Austin versus Arn for the WCW title, the Steiners versus Tenryu and Martel for the tags, Flair and Steamboat, a match we somehow have not done yet, which is surprising. Though Flair's really been stuck in the tag division since we brought him in. Eddie and Vampiro are going to have a casket match. Cactus will take on Dr. Death for the U.S. title. Ken Shamrock is going to have some kind of stupid match with Dan Severn. Kurt Hennig will take on Avalanche with Sherry Martel. Well, probably nothing for now. That's probably next pay-per-view we put, like, Sherry Martel on a pole match or something ridiculous like that. And then we got Battle Cat and JPL, the chat offer match. What we got here? Ah, yes. Viano 4. Welcome. You are on Super Viernes. Teams. Add new team. Oh, this scrolls down more. I was going to say, how are the Vianos? They're still not here. The fuck? Alright, whatever. Vianos. Viano 3. Viano 4. Alright, whatever, man. Takada's back. Alright. Huge. We had a house show in British Columbia for 101 fans. Over 100 people. Huge. Chaparita sorry doesn't get it, says Brian Pillman. Alright, well, you can go pound sand, buddy. Cynthia Moreno is turning into a good worker. She is worth getting behind. We just put the belt on her, but thank you, Kenta. Alright, those are... We did that. We didn't look at the emails after Nitro, did we? Damn, Takada just came back in time to get involved with this Shamrock and Severn stuff. Damn, I gotta figure that out now. I mean, he probably returns at the pay-per-view, right? Do we... I don't want to give Severn... I guess he's got to come back to help Shamrock, I guess. Because I don't want to put Severn over. Shamrock's the young guy we want to push. Alright, this is our... show before the go-home show for Slamboree for Saturday night. We need to... We're going to draw 20,000 for a Saturday night taping? What a world. Let's see. I haven't been to the Mid-Atlantic since April 19th. Last time we were here, we went to the Capitol Center. Let's go to the Dean Smith Center at Chapel Hill. College kids love WCW. Wow, we have a lot. Okay. I mean, I guess we should stack them for the pay-per-view. At least on this brand, we should stack them for the pay-per-view. Though we are not getting very good ones. Uh-oh, stinky. Yeah, that sucks. Joe Cruz. No. Steamboat did some training. Tommy Rogers and Ric Flair really helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after somehow finding a karaoke machine and starting an impromptu pre-show competition. Their over-the-top duet, I can't... Well, I was going to say, I can't imagine either of these guys, but yeah, no, they're I mean, a lot of alcohol would have to be involved, but I could see this happening. They're both party animals, that checks out. Gordon Soley and Dan Severn. Okay. Now, these two I don't see doing this. Ric Flair and Tommy... Sure. Soley and Severn doing a duet? No. No shot. Steve Armstrong had hilarious road stories. I assume his hilarious road story is like, I'm still on the road. Can you believe that shit? I don't think they know. I don't think they know they're still sending me a check. Arn and Rude got into a fight. All right, great. Scott Steiner and Sting are travel buddies. All right, cool. Rick, you're in the back seat now. All right. I don't think we want to do any of this, actually. All right. We did a big week. That's right. We got the 90 rated match with JPL and Battle Cat in it. That was a real victory last week. Oh, we are officially doing a Lion's Den match. I should write that down. I will forget. Eddie challenges Vampiro to a casket match. Terry Funk beat George Hines. Alex Singer post-match brawl. Kurt Hennig defeated Tracy Smothers. And then the Four Horsemen. And then Steamboat. Alright, Steamboat. I mean, clearly we've set up an 8-man tag, right? I mean, Steamboat came back. I mean, that's the match, right? It's just the same match back, but this time Flair and Steamboat are in it. That's right, folks. It's back-to-back weeks of JPL and Battle Cat in the main event. So we will have the entire Four Horsemen. Taking on Steamboat's Dragons. Ricky Steamboat, the Steiner Brothers, and Battle Cat. I think the 16. Let me look at the storylines here. Flair Steamboat. Oh, okay. Steamboat probably does need the win, but that's not really the story we're telling. Meme Feud just started and is very hot, so that's great. Battle Cat fairly poor. I don't think we can get Battle Cat a win. Alright, so Battle Cat or Ricky Steamboat should probably win. I mean, you gotta go with Steamboat, right? Riley, what's up, man? I mean, Battle Cat could pin JPL, but the chat would be fucking enraged if I dared have JPL get pinned, even by their beloved Battle Cat. So I guess I'll have Steamboat pin Flair, although I don't know if that's gonna work. Like, Rick might be mad. I mean, you would think Rick Steamboat winning would be fine, but let's see. I'll give it a flash pin. Oh, Rick's cool. Rick's cool. All right, and then the Horsemen obviously getting their heat back. Actually, let's just do a Pier Sixer. This very much feels like the go home show, but we got one more next week, so I don't know. Rick fighting Tenru fighting Rick Martel fighting John Polovic fighting Scott Steiner fighting Rick Steiner fighting Ricky Steamboat fighting Battlecat fighting. I have a feeling that I'm going to be told that John Paul Levesque is being overused on this show. Alright, what if we made this a 3-minute brawl? I don't think that would matter, but... No, you know what? If he's going to be overused, he's going to be overused. Give me the 5 minutes. What else here? Oh, you know, I guess Austin and Arn could be the big go home. In fact, let's book that with a promo. Let's do Arn, Austin, promo, setting up tag match next week on the Go Home Show. Book this dummy. I feel like this will probably just be like Austin and Avalanche versus Arn and Hennig, because Arn and Hennig have been friends. But, you know, we'll leave it mystery partners in kayfabe, but I feel like that's almost certainly what the match will be. Also, it gives us flexibility if we change our minds. Speaking of Avalanche and Kurt Hennig, what's going on with them? Shaking victory, Avalanche, big mad, sure. Okay. Let's do this. Because it's been a lot of, like, Kurt having a match and Sherry's, like, you know, getting involved. Let's have Avalanche squash somebody this week. Again, I don't remember why Kid Cash is here, but sure. Take on the Avalanche. 6 minutes. Avalanche goes over. And then let's do a post-match thing. This is also like storyline development. Wish us luck here, because we're going to do dramatic acting. Where Avalanche is going to like go to Sherry and be like, see that? That's how a real man handles business. Just dumb shit like that. Not in her face, but kind of like, you know, be like, see, I'm a big strong man. But you don't gotta have wandering eyes. I got everything you need right here. I'm the Avalanche. It'll be very funny if Avalanche and Sherry end up breaking up in game, because that's what always happens in real life when you do these on-screen angles about breaking up. It tends to come true. All right, Eddie challenged Vampiro to a casket match. That's right. You want a man, not a string bean pretty boy. That's right. He's a look at him. Look at those soft hands. Yeah, that's what he's yelling at Sherry for sure. Anyway, outside broadcast, video, pre-tape, spooky. Vampiro in a crypt or some shit. I imagine him in a crypt with many caskets, and he's like going through and picking the one he wants to put Eddie Guerrero in at Slamboree. other stupid bullshit. Mortis is there. Spooky ass video of Vampiro picking out a casket for Slamboree. Alright, great. We're really booking here. Is Cactus and Dr. Death, like, official? Have we... Cactus and Killer Jack, Seafood, Vampiro, Cactus Jack. Dr. Death stare down with Cactus. Cactus. No, it does not appear to be official. So let us do that. Let's do the old in the ring. You know, Eric Bischoff, I'm here with Cactus Jack and Dr. Death Steve Williams. It is official for Slamboree. We will see Cactus Jack defending his U.S. title against Dr. Death Steve Williams. What do you two men have to say? And they're not going to say much. They're going to say a few words, but this is mostly going to be a big brawl because it's Cactus Jack and Dr. Death. Excuse me. It's Cactus Jack and Dr. Death. So this is going to pretty much immediately break down into a big brawl. Announcement of U.S. title match quickly breaks down into big brawl. Okay. We need to book some wrestling. What's going on? What's going on? These guys are just kind of brawling a lot. A lot of six-man tags. And that's probably how this is going to continue because they have bad chemistry in singles matches. We really should find tag partners for each of them. That would be ideal. Dave Finley, you were working with Avalanche for a while, but I feel like you and Richard Slinger have an outside chance of having chemistry. Also, you hate Terry Funk because he was your mentor, and then you turned your back on him. So that kind of makes sense. That we did that story. So let's do Richard Slinger and Dave Finley against Terry Funk and Terry's good friend. The bad guy, Razor Ramon. "10 minutes. I will give them the storytelling match. No idea who needs what in the storyline. They're both neutral." Alright. I mean, I would love if Richard Slinger got like a tainted win over Terry. I don't know if Terry's going to be chill with that because he's like 30 points more over than Richard Slinger. But also Terry Funk is like notoriously willing to put people over. So I don't know. Let's try it. Richard Slinger. I mean, worst case scenario, he could probably pin Razor, but I would prefer it to be Terry. Tainted. Furious. Okay. You know, we did see that coming. Trying to double click that there. That won't work. Razor, my man. You're cool. Wow, really? Really? Yeah, he is. He's also like 20. Alright. Terry Funk and his new friend. Actually, you know what? cares if Razor's mad? Who cares? Who cares? Whatever, man. I mean, we'll ask him. I guess we could at least talk to him. But I'm kind of mad at how bad he's been. But we should at least ask him if we can, you know, avoid it. You want to lose to Richard Slinger? No? Alright. Well, tough shit. Whoa. I don't know how we got on 2 versus 2 hardcore. That would have been crazy. that was a Freudian click. Sending that down to a hardcore match. Kurt and Eddie are both just kind of being talked about, which is probably fine. I'll give one of them just like a guy wins a match. I'm going to do another video, outside broadcast, video, pre-tape. It's going to be Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn, like, training montages, them at their gyms. Harley Race there, you know, yelling stuff at Severn, telling him, yeah, meanwhile, I imagine Bockwinkel being a little more hands-on with Ken, but probably not that much more hands-on. He's pretty old. But Ken, Harley, Bockwinkel, Dan, he's there. Training montage for Severn Shamrock. This probably doesn't need 6. 4 is probably fine for this. All right, let's have Eddie just like win a match, and then we could the spooky video. We can do the thing where like the spooky video plays while he's in the ring or whatever. We could do it like that. We got any fun local workers? Mid-Atlantic, we're here all the time. Matt and Jeff Hardy. Scoot Andrews. Hell yeah. Sergeant Craig. 20-year-old Shane Helms. I mean, 20-year-old Shane Helms at least has, like, potential. Simon Diamond. I mean, Simon Diamond should at least... No, he's really bad. I was going to say Simon Diamond should be, like, a good hand, but no, not really. All right, 20-year-old Shane Helms. Actually, you know what? I think I want to have this match be more than 6 minutes. Let's bring someone from Dev that's, like... maybe close-ish to coming up. They need to be a heel if they're wrestling Eddie. Cope. No. James Mandato. He's a babyface. Mike Modest. Nova. Nova? Yeah, Nova's probably pretty close to coming up. Let's try Nova. Eddie Guerrero versus Mike Bucci. We'll go 8 minutes. So, you know, more than a squash. We'll make it open, see how he does. But obviously Eddie's going to win. TV title. No, not on the line. No, I mean... like, we can do random TV title matches. That is a thing that they did a lot back then that I pretty much never do. But you can't do it against a dev guy. That's even... I feel like that's pushing it even by the standards of the time. And then we got 6 minutes for anyone to do anything. I'm gonna let the Gilberts cut a promo for 6 minutes, which might be a bad idea, but they can talk. Or at least Eddie can talk. Can Doug talk? Eddie can super talk. Doug, maybe. All right, Eddie Gilbert's gonna cut a promo. You know, Jun Akiyama, we're not done with you. You know, the Gilberts aren't done with you until we've taken our final breath. You know, and just going on and on for 6 minutes. He'll make it. They'll do an entrance in first, and then they'll come. I don't know. He'll make it work. I think all we've done is hype and storyline development. So I'm gonna call this character development, even though that's kind of not really what's happening. Gilbert's rant and rave about Akiyama. Wasn't there a Freddie Gilbert? Was that just when Eddie Gilbert? Was that just when one of them went to Wing and dressed as Freddy Krueger? Was that Freddie Gilbert? This is just yellow because Razor's mad. Yeah, that's fine. not worried about it. What are we opening this show? I guess we open with the Arn and Austin promo. That's gonna be good. And then Eddie Guerrero and Mike Bucci. And then spooky ass video. What an opening for fucking 20 minutes we got there. Yeah, that's a show. You know what? Do we have a Ricky Steamboat ready to finish? Oh, hell yeah. Let's use it. Might regret that, but I'm scared. I'm always scared about 8-man tag main events. Now that we have that, I don't know, 90? I'd be happy with a 90. I mean, a 100 promo for Martin and Austin is a pretty good start. I feel like we can get our 90 pretty easy. These guys absolutely cooked. This is kind of just like a filler feud for Austin, but like honestly, Arn has been tremendous. An 80 for Eddie and Mike Bucci. Mike Bucci got a 52. That's pretty good considering his overness is in like the 20s. So, we did just get that TV deal for Smoky Mountain where they're going to be, they're on a tiny network that airs everywhere. So maybe those guys that are getting pushed on there will start to creep up a little bit with overness. That'd be great. But Mike Bucci's probably ready if we need somebody. 75, I will take that for a Spooky Vampiro video. Absolutely. And another 75 for Eddie Gilbert. He has stats where he could be getting like hundreds, but I assume he's just, he's just not over and not, doesn't have a lot of momentum with us. But if we ever decided to, we probably could get Eddie Gilbert over like that. This was fine. No one had any chemistry. I was really hoping. I think we've teamed Terry and Razor before. But look, Razor, this is why you lost. You had 20 more points of overness than Slinger, and he got 10 points higher. I mean, he also probably dogged it, but still, I mean, you're killing us, Razor. Oh, this did bad. All right. Okay. We should have just had Ken and Dan training, not talking, just training, hitting tires with sledgehammers or whatever. And then we should have had Harley and Bach doing all the talking. That's on me. 91 for this Cactus and Dr. Death brawl. The brawl part got an 89. That checks. Yeah, these two fighting, I think good. Got the classic 70 rated squash match. How's Avalanche's acting? You know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. 92 main event! Let's go! I guess it makes sense that this would be better because we added Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat to it. That should generally make things better. that checks out. When you add an 86 and a 92 to a match, it should help. Creative finish worked. Magnum did a good job at ringside. Thank you, Magnum. Big brawl. That gets a 90, even with John Paul looking bad out there. 91. We didn't get the bonus. I guess I did just do all like hype and storyline development. Well, we'll take a 91. That's a good show. I wonder if like hype and storyline development are like counted the same or something. Are like I don't know. Maybe those aren't different enough. Who knows? We made 600 grand. We're up in the Maritimes. The Maritimes is keeping us from doing hardcore matches on TV, apparently. Although, for what it's worth, I think Turner also sends us the same message. Just the Rogers TV one came up first for whatever reason. Could you check Big Titan, aka Fake Razor stats? Sure. Do you want to subtly replace Razor with Fake Razor? I mean, honestly, might be the better Razor. Oh, he's out injured with a torn rotator cuff. That's a shame. That's like an injury. Oh, we got a graduate. Chad Burnett. Oh, he could be good at talking. Good menace. He must be 6'2", 290. He's not that big. Let's canvass opinions. No one cares. I don't know. I don't really sign the graduates unless it's like, holy shit, look at this guy. And this is not a holy shit, look at this guy. So I'm going to decline. Al Perez, sure. All right. Now it's Super Viernes time. Super Viernes. Oh, we got to do the other semifinal of the light heavyweight tournament. We need to do... So we have El Dandy already in the finals, the light heavyweight number one contender tournament. And then we need to do Panther and American Love Machine in the other semifinal. I mean, spoiler. Well, American Love Machine should win. Because otherwise it'll be a Rudo final. I'm a little afraid Blue Panther is going to be like, that doesn't work for me, brother. But we'll see. House show in Quebec, 79 fans. Hell yeah. Alright. Super Viernes. Where's Arena Mexico? Do we not have it? Oh, you know what? We have it set too big. There it is. Should we just run Arena Mexico every week and just go with the headcanon of, like, technically we own it, you know? Swarls, will you add the American Nightmares to your next TEW save as an in-universe gag? That'd be pretty funny, because I think I could, like, Dustin Rhodes, Sabu. Don't know about Ron Simmons, but, like, Dustin, Dusty, and Sabu, I could technically sign all those guys. That would be funny. Um, maybe when we have more money. I don't think I want to spend a bunch of money on Dusty and Dustin early. I think I want a storyline idea. I think I need to heat up Avalanche and Kurt. They've kind of just been safely. I don't need. Well, maybe I do need one for Doctor Death. Actually, I don't know how hot him and Cactus is. But what I want to heat up is Cactus and Avalanche because they've just been doing these like 70 rated like storyline segments. All right, near certainty. There we go. Now give me some finishes. Give me some finishes. Okay, you guys just don't want to give me any finishes tonight. Next Generation American Nightmares. Oh, you want me to sign like 18-year-old Cody? Hombre Bala has turned up. Wants to hang out. He is a sibling of Pirata Morgan. Yeah, come in. Sure. Olympico has turned up. He wants to work. Olympico. The tech and this stuff could be there. What's your pop? Not much. Olympico, gonna pass. Oh, Serenita. I'm sorry. When they said you have been approached by El Dandy, I was like, she's also El Dandy? And I was like, oh no, okay. No, El Dandy's girlfriend. Yeah. Come backstage. Absolutely. All right, we've got some training. Connect still wants to be the chief enforcer. Okay, great. Let's do some team bonding. All we did was make new tensions between me and Randy Savage. What a fucking waste of a turn that was. Right, okay. So last week we put the World Heavyweight title on Connect in like a main event. So that's cool. Can Panther and American Love Machine just like be the main event? I actually have no idea. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. 16. You know what? Let's put the NWA World Light Heavyweight title on. This is actually a great idea. We can have him defend it against Blue Panther and then win, and then also defend it in the finals against El Dandy. El Dandy can beat him, and then that's how we can do our unification match. We could do Ultimo and El Dandy. Now we're booking. Open match. I would like American Love Machine to win. Please. Please. Okay, cool. And we're going to do a promo before this. I don't know. Our bar should be fine. Also, I assume he speaks Spanish with it. Yeah. He's been down there long enough. And then Panther. Panther, not much of a promo. But we gotta do what you gotta do. So let's do Love Machine and Blue Panther doing a promo right before this, turning this into an NWA Light Heavyweight title match. And then you know what? Let's just really lean into this. Let's end the show with what the people want. And that's an American Love Machine and El fucking Dandy stare down. L, L, L fucking dandy. L. Alright. Astro and Connect. We can do a rematch, but like, I don't know. The first match wasn't good, so I don't know if we're gonna do that. Panther and Norman. Let's we could, you know what? Norman interfering in this would make a lot of sense. Yeah, let's do that. Because he's been mad. Let's have it less be that he interferes and more so Blue Panther is going to cheat again, but Norman's there to stop him. That's how I would like to... In my head, that's how this happens. Alright. Oh, right. There's a surprise for Roddy Piper. If Viano 3 and 4 have, like, bad chemistry, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I'm gonna fucking snap. You know what? I guess the tag match wouldn't necessarily be this week. I guess this week would be, like, an angle, right? This week would be Viano 3... We're cutting a promo, Roddy being like, oh, you said you had a big surprise. Well, what would it be? I guess he'll be victim. And then Viano 4 will be attacker. Let's do it like that. 4 minutes. Surprise. Viano 3's big surprise is Viano 4. What a surprise. Who could have seen this coming? And then, what's going on with Savage and Aguayo? Piper and Perro team. Roddy Piper and Perro. Hyping up match in the future. Okay. I wish I knew when our next Clash of the Champions was going to be. That would be great for me. Let's just have one of those guys have a match then. Let's do... What do you have? Oh, you know what? We still need our, like, Steal the Show and our, Tech Masterclass. Ooh. That's what we need, right? High spots or Steal the Show and Tech Masterclass. Okay. Well, I guess we've only booked one match so far, so we... Alright. Perro. Do you have tech? Not really. You're a brawler. Alright. So is Randy. That's why you guys are feuding. That checks out. Alright. This is a brawler. Giant Warrior is a brawler. Hell yeah, he is. Perro and Giant Warrior. 10-minute wild brawl. Perro is obviously winning. Let's put Savage at ringside. CML World Light Heavyweight title as the match. There's no way Giant Warrior's light heavyweight, right? That seems impossible. Anyway, let's do a post-match brawl with Perro and Randy. Perro, Randy, post-match brawl. Alright, we need a Tech Masterclass, and we need a Steal the Show. We should probably focus on Tech Masterclass first, because that's probably going to be harder to fill out. Although, honestly, maybe not. Damn, Sasuke's got some crazy tech and aerial, and he's just good. We gotta get Sasuke fucking over. Is Norman recognizable? No, he's unimportant too. Alright, and then heals. Candido has tech. Brazo, are you reckon? Damn it, no one's... Alright, I should look at who's recognizable and then, like, work backwards. Negro Casas is well known. Alright. Here's what we do. We're gonna do... If Tony Khan can book a 4-way tech masterclass, I can book a tag team tech masterclass. So we're gonna do Negro Casas and El Brazo. And they're gonna take on Norman Smiley. And Great Sasuke. Actually, you know what? Let's not put Norman in this match. I changed my mind. Because really looking at these teams, this face team has to lose. So let's replace Norman with another tech person that's like not that over. It's either Psycho... Grand Hamada is like over though, right? Let's do Sasuke and Grand Hamada. Maybe they'll also have chemistry. That'd be great. I'm gonna give El Brazo the win. I don't even care who he pins. Tech Masterclass, baby. Open. What a match. And then we need high spots or steal the show. That should be easier to... Blue Panther's being used too much. Go to hell. Go to hell, game. We have not been focusing on our vacant trios belts really at all. We should probably at some point start doing that. The problem is I don't have... It's like the only recognizable guy left is fucking Lasertron, who gets booked like every show. Do we have recognizable heels left? We have Connect, we have El Dandy. Savage is here. Steve Austin is here. Damn. Oh, I should check momentums. Yeah, Chris Candido has white hot momentum. We should be using that. How did Candido get white hot? Did we just... We must have cheesed that. There's no way Candido has white hot momentum. Alright. Chris Candido. Taka and Doug Furness. Just 3 non-Mexican guys. 3 evil foreigners. I like it. And they will take on... Psychosis, Super Crazy. And Rayo de Jalisco Jr. Yeah, Psychosis is really fucking good. Let's go Liz Mark Jr. WCW Cruiserweight Division ass side of the bracket here. I would like Candido to win. It's 1995. That's when he was in the WWF. I feel like it's time to start pushing Chris Candido. Also, he has white hot momentum, apparently, so let's keep that going. He could probably pin any of those guys. Connect, can you talk? I don't remember. Yeah, a little bit. El Connect. I am the world champion now. It's the era of Connect. I don't know a lot about Connect's personality. He's on his own here. Super Astro. He sucks. Fuck him. And then we could just throw 2 minutes. Atlantis and Blue Demon didn't do anything. Although I don't think either of them are really good talkers either. Atlantis a little bit. Blue Demon. Actually, they're okay. Hype. Atlantis. Blue Demon Jr. Hey, we're the tag champs. We're going to defend these belts sometime eventually. Okay, what's the yellow about? Oh, I didn't make that match steal the show. That's on me. That's on me. Thank you, game. All right, we gotta open with the Tech Masterclass tag match, obviously, and then you steal the show. Three big surprises, Piano 4. Yeah, that's the show. A little light on wrestling for what we're supposed to use on this brand, but kind of accidentally booked a Saturday night here, but that's okay. Maybe it'll do better. I don't know. Do a few... Yeah, let's... There's got to be some guys I still haven't even booked yet on this brand. We have never booked Super Muneco. Okay. What about heels? Is there anyone we've never booked? MS1. Piano Fort Wellbeing. All right. That's pretty straightforward to me. You guys have a dark match. You have okay tech and good psychology. And you're decently over. You also have decent tech, less psychology, about the same overness. No, not a lot of charisma or star quality. Super Muneco, a lot more charisma. All right, we're gonna put Super Muneco over. Is it Muneso? Muneca? I don't know. No say. I never know what these are gonna get. We're in this weird thing with this brand where we run the shows in Mexico, and I pay attention to the Mexican popularity when I book the matches. But because we're an American company and this is airing in America also, it goes by like what our American fans want. So when we book American Love Machine and Blue Panther in the main event, the crowd in Arena Mexico is gonna love this match, but for like our American audience, they're like, we don't know these guys. So we'll see. 85. That's what I'll guess. This kind of, I mean, we probably should have. These guys are good. Probably should have put this on the show, but it is what it is. Damn. Hamada and Sasuke not have awful chemistry. They're not a good team at all. That sucks. That's a bummer. I feel like that could have been a fun team. And then Atlantis and Blue Demon came out and were like, hey, look, we're the tag champs. That's cool, right? All right, we got a 63 on this, like, low Carter's. None of these guys are really even recognizable 6-man tag, and I'll take it. Candido got a 62, right up there with Liz Mark and Psychosis. Worst wrestler, Super Crazy with a 49. That's rough. But, you know, decent undercard action. A 69 for Connect, a perfectly fine promo. 75 for Pero and Giant Warrior. Hell yeah. Then he did more brawling with Savage. 64 for the big surprise. Villano 4's Rudo gimmick is awful. Cool. Great. Love that. We got a 63 for this American Love Machine and Blue Panther promo. So neither guy, I don't think, well, I don't really know who did good or bad, really. I'm assuming based on stats that Panther dragged this down quite a bit, but who can say? Main event 82. I was hoping this would do better than that. Is it the lack of storyline? Physical condition for Love Machine. And Blue Panther has low morale. Why? He's one of the guys we're pushing on this brand. 72 for the El Dandy stare down. 76. Yikes. Just a bad show. That was with the wide variety of angles. So they were really mad that we used they did not love the Love Machine and Blue Panther main event. At least our TV audience hated it anyway. Alright, we're in a little bit of a pickle with this brand, because if I run these shows in America, we don't really have the star power for those events. But running the shows in Mexico is, we just got to get these guys over. I think that's really it. We just got to get these guys over, and it maybe wouldn't hurt to bring like 1 or 2 more stars over who are like over in America and Mexico. In fact, maybe we'll do a search for someone who has like 70 pop in America and also Mexico. That would be great for us. This is a photo of Rhino from like 2018. I don't like that it's being used here. Send for the Z-Man. I don't think that's who I'm looking for. Unless I missed his like big CMLL run, you know, that I'm not aware of or something. Adam Impact leaves. Oh, Edge. I was like, who the fuck is Adam Impact? Damn, it's a shame he never went to TNA, because Adam Impact would have been such a good name for him to use there. I mean, 1 million people watch Super Viernes. I mean, I don't know. It seems... Alright, let's do a search. I want someone... Oh, we can't do two. Well, I guess we'll start with America and then we'll just check Mexico from the skills. Show me wrestlers to hire with, let's say, like 60 pop in the US. Ooh. I mean, Mil Mascaris is kind of exactly what we're looking for, but I don't want to get into the Mil Mascaris business, man. I know how this goes. Also, he's 52. All right. Let's bring this down. How about 50 in the US? All right, that gives us a little bit more. What's wrong with Mil Mascaris? He's not going to put anyone over. It's Mil Mascaris. What do you mean? Is there anyone here that's also over in Mexico? Dynamite Kid is a little bit. But Dynamite Kid kind of falls into the same category as Mil Mascaris. Like, I don't really know. Baba, baby! 64 pop. That's how we'll fix this brand. Mil Mascaris and Giant Baba, like it's 1978. Okay, hold on. Jeep Swenson has 54 pop in America and 54 pop in Mexico. Por qué? Oh, he's so bad, though. He's really bad. Oh, that's a bummer, because that's kind of exactly what we're looking for. Joshua Ben Gurion. Who is this? Works for the UWF. Is this just like a random guy the UWF is pushing? I have no idea who this is. They are also very bad. Alright, great. Come on. Coco? Coco's got 50 pop in the US and Mexico? The Genius? Randy Savage's brother? Has 50 pop in the US and Mexico? Mil Mascaris, we meet again. Coco is working a handshake deal with the WWF? That's strange. He's not great. He's doing jobs for WWE. 65. That's not bad. Though that's with their product. That's probably mostly about overness. He's getting a 66. Coco, come to Mexico. Lanny, we gotta bring in Lanny. We gotta bring in Lanny. Joshua Ben Gurion was known more for being a big dude in movies. Oh. So that's also Jeep Swenson, right? Those are just actors that are in the mod for some reason. Lanny's, like, not good at all. I thought he might at least have some tech. I guess he does have some tech, but it's not enough tech. Let's Lanny again. 63. Let's bring him in. Yeah, I think signing Lanny's a good idea. Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't, brother. No one works house shows. It's fine. Actually, how old are you? I didn't even look at that before I offered you. You're 40. Oh, how about a 1-year contract? let's not go crazy. Let's do 1 year. This is like when we signed B. Brian Blair in the early days of like, I just need a guy with like 50 pop that can lose. Sign him to a 4-year deal and never use him. I mean, that would be the WCW way to do things. I assume they also signed him because they were like, it would make Randy happy, right? And they didn't have a super Viernes to send him to, so they were like, I don't know. Let's just let him stay home. Giant Warrior got toned? Okay. WWE's offering him a 2-year deal for less money. Do I want to get into a bidding war over Coco Beware? That is the question. I mean, they went to 2 years. If they can go to 2 years, we can go to 2 years. Money is fake. That is true. I do keep saying that. $6,035 signing bonus. Okay. I'll give you 10 grand as a signing bonus. $25% merchandise cut. We're giving them that. All right. Hey, you know what? You know what? Sweeten the pot a little bit more. You don't got to do house shows either. That's not a better offer. No downside. All shows. Bone is 10% of every. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. There you go. Yeah, I got it. La Diabolica has changed her wrestling style. She's now a regular wrestler. Cool. Mephisto went from average to toned. Cool. 150 in Ontario. Oh, we're going up, baby. And we got a 1.2 for Saturday night. All right. Cursed photo of Spike Dudley. Do you think Spike will show up for the Hardys and Dudley's match at Bound for Glory? USWA is trying to get in on the Coco bidding war. That's very funny. WWF 24. No, that's less than what we're giving them. WCW wins again. Oh, damn, I did not realize we were up at Nitro already. Okay, here we go. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you're doing 3 shows a week. There's just, like, one just about every other day that checks out. Alright, where haven't we been in a while? Southwest, Northwest, New England. I think let's go to New England. It's been a while. Last time we went to the Boston Garden. This time we will go to the Harry A. Gamble Pavilion. The home of the Connecticut Huskies. Give me some character ideas. I'm gonna need those on Super Viernes. Cool. Let's go back to finishes. Safe bet for Ricky Steamboat. Okay, we did just use a Ricky Steamboat finish. Let's sneak an angle idea. I almost never have those for the rare time I need one. Safe bet for Steve Regal. Okay. Look at the gamble. All right. Billy Pearl has showed up. He wants to work. No. No. Dusty Rhodes did spot-on impressions. I don't believe that. I think Dusty Rhodes is just Dusty Rhodes. I don't think Dusty Rhodes can be anyone else. Jimmy the Jet was just cheerful to be around. Brian Pillman has a character idea. Training. Kenta Kobashi's been hanging out with Nick Patrick. Sure. Jim Ross has been hanging out with Harley Race. Okay, cool. Brian Pillman and Michael Hayes, but hey, Michael Hayes is still here. remember when he was the Headhunters manager, and now they're not even on the same brand? Anyway, we sent the Headhunters to Mexico, and we're like, you don't have to go with them, Mike. It's fine. Alright, last week, Kobashi and Jumbo beat Terry Gordy and Masao. What a main event. Jeez. Bam Bam doesn't deserve crap. Only beat him in Army belt motion. Hell yeah. Martin beat down Stan. Stan beat Martin Jannetty. Ron tries to cut promo. Right. Ron keeps trying to cut his Ron Y promo, and he keeps getting cut off. That is a good bit. Tony beat Shepherd. Sorry, hell yeah. El Dandy cut a promo and got an 80. And he beat Ray. Damn, El Dandy. What a guy. Alright, let's bring up the notes of what we're building to. We're building to a Kobashi title match at Great American Bash. We are building to Sting vs. Bam Bam. I mean, it feels like the match we should just do is Sting as Vader vs. Bam Bam and Bryan, but I know we've done that so many times. But Bam Bam probably does have to beat Sting somehow. Yes, returning Misawa. Right. So alright. So we did the thing where Stan got like attacked after that. That was to tease the eventual Misawa help. Alright, so let's do a big main event. Let's do Rick Rude versus Stan Hansen. That's a huge main event. Open match. Rick Rude is going to get the victory with interference from Marty Jannetty. Stan is unhappy. Alright, we can fix that. The winner of the match is Stan Hansen by disqualification after interference from Marty Jannetty. Alright, everyone's happy. And then he'll have to just get beat up after the match. They're just like, oh, who can save Stan Hansen? Marty beat down Stan after the match. Okay. Let's have Ron cut his promo. It won't be good, but you know what? Let's have him as a payoff to our little bit. Let's have this be like a pre-tape from home, where he's basically gonna be like, I had to, I had to send in a tape from home because I can't get a word in edgewise on the show, which is why I left this stupid group to begin with. I was the third banana on the group. You know, Dustin is Dusty's little boy. That's his pride and joy. That's who he's always going to pay the most attention to. And then there was Sabu. And then way below that was old Ron Simmons. If we got time for Ron, we'll help him do something. Let's call this character development. Ron sends in promo from home so he can finally get the words out. Alright, well, if Ron is not here, I think Dustin and Sabu can be on like opposite sides in a tag match. And I was just saying I wanted Bam Bam to win over Sting. So let's do these are some big matches. Let's do Sting, Bam Bam, and Dustin Rhodes against Brian Pillman, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Sabu. I have selected Bam Bam Bigelow twice. I sure have. Sting, Big Van Vader, and Dustin Rhodes. This is not the main event, so I'll give them storytelling. And as mentioned, I would love for Bam Bam to pin Sting. It could be tainted. That's fine. But we're telling stories here. Hell yeah. Belt motion. That's a big waste to be doing the belt motion. Sting. He's mad. Alright. Okay, I don't think we're gonna do the finals of the light heavyweight tournament. I think we save that for Super Viernes. But we can do a very fun tag match, right? Because we got Dandy, we got Ultimo, we got American Love Machine. Let's do Ultimo Dragon. Oh, I'll have to get those guys here. 1 second. Little hype for the finals. Let's do Ultimo teaming with American Love Machine to take on El Dandy and Negro Casas. These are some matches, brother. Let me tell you. So El Dandy's winning the tournament, so he doesn't necessarily have to win here. Negro Casas, I feel like he's been losing a lot. I mean, Ultimo can simply win. Let's have him beat Negro Casas again. Sorry, Negro Casas. Let's steal the show. Let's go crazy. Let's drop this from 16 to like 12. Jumbo's doing a thing with Gordy. They still just like hate each other, right? Yeah, they just like had a tag match last week. I mean, a sick tag match, but they've mostly just been wrestling in tag matches. All right. Gordy's bad. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little promo backstage. Let's call this foreshadowing, where we're going to have Jesse Ventura talking to Misawa and Terry Gordy, who is simply there. Let's talk about Kenta Kobashi. And let's talk about Jumbo. So Ventura is going to go to these guys and be like, listen, I know we're not the NWO anymore, but you guys, ever since I haven't been managing you, look at what's happened to you. You lost to Kobashi. You lost to Jumbo. You guys got to get it together. You know, and the whole time he's doing this, Gordy's like, okay. You know what? You're right, Jesse. You're right. We are losing sight of it. And Misawa's going to kind of be like eye-rolling him, like, whatever, dude. Tells Gordy and Misawa to get their act together. Misawa blows him off. Off is a very important word there. I need your brains back on. That was driving me crazy. Owen. All right, we have. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. We have all these. While I'm looking here at storylines, let's heat some of these up that I could use them. Hennig Avalanche needs one for sure. All right, great. Billy, what's up, man? You missed another JPL main event that got a 90-something. I mean, it was an 8-man tag, but that's not important. What's important is that he was in it and got a high number. Taue is still unimportant. Kawada is still unimportant. Kawada is so close. He's so close. Are there any just like, hey man, here's some teams we could beat? Teams. Damn, there's plenty of them on Saturday. I've once again done that thing where I want to give a tag title shot to a team that's not ready for a tag title shot. So now they just, yeah, there's truly no one here for them to beat. All right. Have y'all ever beat Johnny Smith and Booker T? No, that would have been insane. All right. 6 minutes. Kawada. You are beating Booker T. And I want them to basically do belt motions again after the match. But then Owen and Regal are going to come out and basically say what everyone's probably thinking. Like, hey, before you do belt motions, why don't you beat some real tag teams, bro? You're out here beating these... Johnny Smith and Booker T have never talked to each other in their life, okay? Not impressed. Yeah, Booker's so bad. It would have been nice if him and Stevie Ray were a fun tag team, but nevertheless. Regal are not impressed by Holy Demon Army squashing jabronis. we got 6 more minutes. Jumbo has been on the show, but he's been talked about. Steve Austin doesn't really need to be doing anything on this show. Kobashi has not been. Kobashi needs to be on the show. Kobashi absolutely needs to be on the show. I'm sitting here thinking about a Kenta Kobashi cook test, but I mean we put him with Inoki for a reason, right? So let's do this. Antonio Inoki telling Kenta Kobashi, you won the tag match last week. I think you won the tag match last week. You won against Misawa. It's time. You've proven it to me. I think you're ready. I think it's time for you to go after the WCW World Title. All right. I might open the show with that. That should be good. Well, except I have Kobashi talking, so I want to see how that does. So maybe we don't open the show. Maybe this is actually in perfect order. Inoki promo, Holy Demon Army, Owen yells at them. I mean, maybe just swap this here. Big 6-man tag, Bam Bam Bell motion. Braun sets in promo from home. Yeah, I think this is in perfect order, honestly. 92. Although, you know what? This Rick Rude and Stan Hansen match is probably going to get yelled at for not having a lot of heat. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. That's a bummer. All right. Let's try some strategery to see if we can get that a little hotter. Right before the match, let's have Stan do like an open challenge, like, you know, Rick Rude, Margin Day, you guys attacked me last week. Get your asses out here. I don't care if it's Rude or Marty. Maybe we can get a little bit of heat from a Stan promo. All right, let's see if that helps that match. A 97. I mean, Kobashi had to have done okay, right? I mean, he was superb working without a script. That's a good sign. I think he might have cooked. I mean, Inoki obviously did great. But, like, I mean, Kobashi didn't hurt it. Inoki was the one that struggled going off script. I don't know. 70 for Holy Demon. I mean, Kawada, he's not even recognizable, and he's getting 79s. That's so crazy. And then Owen Regal came out and said, who cares? Big deal. Not impressed by your performance. 82 for this. Ultimo off his game. Negro Casas off his game. El Dandy and Negro Casas have absolutely zero chemistry. Cool. Great. Awesome. Really, this segment rating is a miracle with all those things going against us. Yeah, Johnny Smith is just a guy, like, I don't have anything to do with, like, he's just kind of good wrestler guy, but he's not so, like, such a good wrestler that I'm going to push him, you know? So it's just like, well, you're just, like, mid-card good hand guy. A 91 for Jesse, trying to be like, hey, you are the two guys in NWO who still talk to me. Why don't you guys be good? And then Terry being like, yeah, that's a guy I hadn't thought about that. Let's Play TEW says, hey, I just started the AEW save. I mean, listen, you got you've got 96 more episodes to watch. So, you know, there's a lot of content there for you. We got an 83 for this 6-man tag. Probably could have been a lot better if it was like the main event and I didn't tell him to tell a story, brother. But you know, this is what we wanted. Belt motion, belt motion. $76 for Ron to get a promo from home so we can finally get a word in edgewise. Oh, I thought Stan was going to cut like a 95 promo, and that was... I mean, it gained heat, but it didn't gain enough heat. I should have had Rude talk, too. That was my mistake. I screwed that up. I should have had Rude talk to him, but I just had Rude, like, show up. That was stupid. I mean, 87. That's still very good. But it didn't get, like, the 95 that it could have gotten, because I'm pretty positive... Yeah, we got the low heat penalty. Damn. 77 for these guys beating up Stan. 92 is exactly what I guess we would get, so can't be mad about it. Johnny Smith is not a good wrestling name. Yeah, it's a little plain Jane. Alright, we made $465,000. Oh, we're not just up in the Maritimes. We're also up in New England and Kyushu this week. The 3 major markets. Maritimes, Kyushu, New England. These Mike Adamle stats not high enough. All right. Well, FMW is about to die. We're not going to buy them, okay? We're going to let them go out of business, and then we're going to sign Hayabusa. He's the only guy we want. Maybe Onita. Maybe. But, like, we don't do hardcore wrestling. So, like, we don't really even need him. The best announcer of all time? How dare you? How dare you talk about Mike Adamle like that? That man was on American Gladiators. You show him some respect. Who's a new team in WWF? Tony Atlas and Hacksaw, sure. You're just mad because you're a Jeff Hardy fan and he got your fave's name wrong. It was his first night. Cut him some slack. Fourth brand. Go to hell. You guys are going to have me doing a show every day of the week. Velvet McIntyre's on maternity leave. Godspeed, Velvet. 100 fans in Alberta for $500. Hell yeah, brother. That's what a gate. All right, let's do this. Let's do this go home show. It's the go home show, right? Yes, let's do this go home show for Slamboree. All right, no nights off. Let's do. Let's do the Northwest. Last time we went to the Tacoma Dome. And this time we'll go to the Tacoma Dome. There's nothing else? Oh, we can also go to Wyoming. Let's go to Wyoming. Why not? Laramie, baby. All right, this is the go-home show, so let's just try and stack some creative finishes. Big gamble. Okay, great. Big gamble. All right, these are not. You guys are not cooking. You guys are not cooking. Give me one usable crit. A likely. I should have been more specific. All right, bad meeting, everybody. Training. Tommy Rogers pulled a rib on Jun Akiyama. All right. Italian Stallion got an argument with Lance Storm. The morale. I always forget Lance is the morale officer. I don't know how I could forget with such a happy, fun-loving demeanor. Richard Morton has a creative finish. Ricky, you haven't won a match in 3 years, man. We're not going to use that. Mike Atkins is being influenced by Stan Hansen. Sure. Alright. Alright, we have a book this dummy for our main event. For our big go home here. We will have Steve teaming with Avalanche to take on Kurt and Arn. Look at storylines here. World title. Extremely 100 heat. Jeez. I almost feel like I shouldn't do anything. I should just... Alright. Arn is neutral. Arn could use a win here. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Arn is going to pin Avalanche after he is accidentally distracted. Well, I guess not really even accidentally. He's distracted by Sherry giving goo goo eyes to Kurt. Is Kobashi not in world title scene? Oh, no, he is not. Is he anywhere? He's in Triple Crown scene. No. Alright, and then I would like to do... I'm going to do an angle before and after this. First, we are going to have each guy introduce their mystery partner, and it's going to be like, oh, it's Avalanche and Kurt Hennig. What a coincidence. Who could have seen this coming? I guess that could be part of the promo. It could be Steve Austin being like, I knew you were going to pick Kurt Hennig. You're so predictable, Arn. So I got a guy who wants to get his hands on Kurt Hennig. I guess that could be part of it. Arn and Steve reveal their tag team partners. That'll also get that character idea loaded in for their feud. That'll be good. And then let's end with a big brawl. We'll see you at Slamboree. We gotta go. Okay, that's a lot of show already. That's half an hour. We'll probably open the show with the Four Horsemen cutting a big group promo. So that'll be Rick. That'll be Tenru, I guess. And then Martel and John Paul Levesque will simply stand there as Rick and Tenru will really be the ones to address the Horsemen's enemies which are, of course, Ricky Steamboat, the Steiner brothers, as always. The Horsemen have done nothing but fight the Steiners. And Battle Cat. The 4 Horsemen address their enemies. Okay. Let's do a tag mixing the mid-card title matches together. Let's do Eddie and Dr. Death taking on Vampiro and Cactus Jack. What a match! Eddie Guerrero and Steve Williams have awful chemistry. That means I've definitely done this match before. No. Alright, tag match. Haha. 3 vs 3. Now we're booking. Alright. Vampiro. Cactus. And of course, Mortis. Against Eddie Guerrero. Dr. Death. And their friend. Old reliable. Old reliable Razor Ramon. Minutes. Storytelling. Dr. Death is beating fucking Mortis. That's all there is to it. Brody. Who's the fucking... Get him out of there. Takada, you're back. You do it. I don't even know. I don't know if he's the best Brody. Nick Bockwinkel, you do it. Alright. Let's do... Steamboat should probably... He should probably also cut a promo, but we'll, let's do this. We have 2, like, mid-card feuds that have just kind of been, you know, dog shit. Let's just mush them together. Let's do Eddie Gilbert, Doug Gilbert, and Richard Slinger against Terry Funk, Jun Akiyama. Actually, Terry Funk and Jun Akiyama, if they had chemistry, that would be great. Let's try them as just a tag. Let's do Terry and June versus the Gilberts. Is this a wild brawl? Yeah, Terry can still brawl. June should have the Puro. Yes, and brawling. Eddie should be a very good brawler. Yes, excellent brawler. Doug is the question mark. No, Doug can brawl. Alright, yeah, this is a wild brawl. Terry is going to win. I think he has to. We'll do wild brawl. But we can have him win by DQ when he is attacked by your friend and mine, Richard Slinger. Listen, it's the go home show. You know you're getting tags of like, oh, look at all these people that are feuding are all teaming together. That's crazy. Let's have Ricky Steamboat simply cut a promo about Ric Flair. I think we're going to do the classic wrestling thing here of Steamboat being like, This is it. We're settling it once and for all. Me and you have been feuding for 10 years, and this is Steamboat and Flair, the final chapter. When everyone knows, I'm gonna run this match again. I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. It's Flair and Steamboat. Why should I have to stop booking it? You can't tell me. You're not my dad. All right. So do we bring Takada back on this show? Actually, yes. Let's have him. He should be the special referee. That's what we'll do. Let's bring Takada back. I forget if he can talk or not. Actually, he's the talker of the group, isn't he? He sure is. What a world. Alright, Takada, you're talking. Harley, you're talking. Bach, you're talking. Dan, stand there. Ken, stand there. I imagine this is the managers yelling at each other at first. And then Takada comes back. And then Takada basically cuts a promo that's like, hey, I've been gone for a couple months training for a fight. What happened? You guys were my friends, and now I come back and you're trying to kill each other. And then, I imagine the managers then just start yelling, like, it was his fault. Like, no, it was his fault. And they start getting into it. And then Takada's going to be like, well, listen, I think we can settle this. I think we can get things back together. I think you guys need an official that'll call things right down the middle as someone who's friends with the two of you. Promo setting up Takada as special ref for Lion's Den match. What a promo. We got the Steiners and we got Battle Cat. Those guys are really just being talked about. And they can continue to just be talked about. But we could also do the classic thing that happens sometimes on go home shows where it's like, a lot of promos and tags are happening. We have room to just book some of these undercard guys we never do anything with. Just looking here. Finley has warm, but not like extremely warm. Let's do Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers taking on everybody's favorite team. Hey, Richard Morton reminded us that he exists. Let's have him and Tommy Rich out there. Excuse me, Thomas Rich. Surely I booked this match when these guys first came in, right? Oh, they've beaten these guys twice. Once was a pre-show match though, so really they haven't wrestled since November of '94 on TV. But even then, I think I'm going to book a different match. That's boring. Who are some heels we could bring in? Again, I would like to look at some heels who are maybe close. Taz, maybe. Rob Van Dam is a heel? Rob Van Dam has 40 pop in the South. Okay. Rob Van Dam and Taz versus the Fantastics. What a bizarre clash of eras. How do Morton and Rich still have it? Because I think they're on handshake deals that are never ending, so we only pay them when they work, so there's no reason to fire them, really. You know what I mean? I give Taz and Rob Van Dam some time. Make it open. But the Fantastics are winning. And then, I mean, we got 6 more minutes, so let's do Scott Steiner promo. That's Rick Martel. Well, he's talking about Rick Martel, I guess. Magnum, you're also just going to stand there. We're going to let Scott cook. Steiner is cooking. That's really all you need to know. All right, we're going to open with the 4 Horsemen addressing their enemies. That makes sense to me. Fantastic. Rob Van Dam. And promo set, yeah, sure. Then let's put the Steiners there. Yep. Yep. Oh, that's too high. That should be here. Sure. I think this show's good. I think this is the best show we've booked tonight. I'll say like a 93. $88. Interesting. I thought this was like 95, like minimum. So I'm really surprised to see this get an 88. Because we know Tenru can promo in this mod. Ric Flair's Ric Flair. The other guys didn't say anything. So that's kind of surprising. A 70? Okay, I mean, that's just a squash match rating. But hey, you know what? Rob Van Dam got a 59. Rob Van Dam, almost ready. A 74 for this. Harley, you're here to talk for Dan. You can't do a bad job. That's all you're here for. Yeah, I mean, but like, this... The only person of these people that's actually decent at talking in real life is Bockwinkel, so like this, yeah, this would not be good. I mean, Harley was like good in his day, but like this era of kind of like old man manager in a suit Harley race, I never thought he was very good at that. 74, okay. No chemistry, but I mean, they didn't have negative chemistry, so that's something. Kind of wild that Eddie and Doug don't have any chemistry, but you know, sometimes it do be like that. 87 for the Scott promo. Okay, also thought this would be better. Maybe running in Wyoming is the problem. Maybe these people don't know how to, you know, they're not used to seeing greatness like this in person. 83. Wow, Razor Ramon dogged it. Wow. Oh, chat, we are going to bury this guy. I'm putting this in the notes. Oh, guess who's losing a singles match to Mortis next week, brother? I mean, how are you going to be bad and then pull that? You know what I... Like, you're... We pushed you so hard for so long. Oh, my God. 100. Thank you. Finally a 100 promo. Thank you, Ricky. Really sold people on the idea that this is totally the last Steamboat and Flair match. Absolutely. Never doing it again. $93 for these guys telling us they're partners. We lost heat with a 93 promo. That's crazy. But we also, the storyline idea for this one was good, and that one probably gained a lot of heat. So that was good. 89 main event. Okay, solid. This was still considered low heat for Henning and Avalanche, but whatever. It between those last two, and this last segment after this, Hennig and Avalanche should have gained a lot of heat from this, so that's good. Yeah, we got a 91 for these guys fighting. That's also very good. Yeah, because that feud was kind of, like, meandering. Because all of the segments we did were, like, Sherry's watching Curt Hennig win a squash match and giving him goo-goo eyes. And, like, those all get, like, 70s. 91. We didn't get the bonus. Oh, this is like a 96 with the bonus. Alright, that's fine. It's fine, he lied. Fair times. Alright, I think we'll try to squeeze this last Super Viernes in. So that next stream we can start right with Slamboree. What's this fucking day look? Alright, here we go. What's this? It's Lanny Poffo. Of course. Lanny, yeah, you're a heel. Yeah. Guess who's about to debut on Super Viernes, baby? Your gimmick? Yeah, your gimmick is genius. Okay, great. Perfect. El Genio. I think I was going to say, I think we just bring him in as Lanny Poffo, because he's Randy's brother, but Randy's not wrestling as Randy Poffo, he's wrestling as Randy Savage. Yeah, fuck it. Do we have a picture of him with the fucking gown on? Or the cap? No, only one photo of it. You know what? One little photo of Lanny Poffo is probably enough. Does Lanny speak? No! Absolutely not. Oh, he's a road agent? Is he good at that? Yeah, he's okay, I guess. Yeah, you can be a road agent, Lanny. He did in one of yours? Son of a bitch, he speaks fluent Spanish! Wow! Let's go! And passable French. This man is a genius. Honestly, maybe the clutchest signing we've ever had for Super Viernes. A guy with pop in Mexico and the US who speaks fluent English and Spanish? Holy shit. Check Genius for the picture. Yeah, it's probably... I mean, it should be Lanny Poffo. It should only be... They should only use his real name, but sure, we'll try Genius. Oh, nope, there it is. You were correct. Oh, I can't wait for him to show up and attack Perro Aguayo in Arena, Mexico. Oh my god. And it said fluent Spanish, so he's gonna be like doing the rhymes in Spanish? He's gonna be doing like Spanish language puns? Alright, here we go. Super Viernes. No nights off. I think we're just running Arena Mexico every week. I think that just makes the most most sense. Excuse me. Because in kayfabe, brother, we own it because we bought CMLL. That's our headcanon. I think I'm just gonna keep spamming these for the pay-per-view. Hey, there's a near certainty. All right, you guys in a good mood tonight? No, I guess not. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, that's better than we've been getting. Dusty and Misawa had some positive interactions. Oh, how nice. Shocker. Someone asked about him earlier. I can't imagine he's any good at this point in his career. He's okay. But he's very much like a rookie. Yeah, you can hang out. Sure, man. Super Punk. That's fucking Phil Brooks. I can sense it. This guy wants to work. He's not bad. He's young. Yeah, you might get squashed. I don't know. You could work a one-night deal. $30. Sure. This looks like a photo of somebody that like died on the Titanic. How are you 23 years old? This photo looks like it's from 1912. No. Just bad photo alone. You gotta go. You gotta go. Gordon Soley did a spot on impression. Again, I don't believe Gordon Soley does spot on impressions of anybody. I imagine his spot on impression being like, I'm Dusty Rhodes. I am the son of a plumber. Like I just don't see it. Training. Lance Storm got yelled at. All right, great. All right, so we're starting to get in the swings of this brand a little bit. We got some stuff planned, such as I was gonna say the main event, but last week we did this in the main event and we got like super points off. So I don't know. Maybe this is just a regular ass match. As we will do American Love Machine. No, wait, no, but El Dandy. Everyone loves El Dandy. He's a big superstar. El Dandy, American Love Machine, main event, and light heavyweight tournament finals. Also, NWA World Light Heavyweight title is going to be on the line. And El Dandy's winning, brother. Are they? No, apparently they're not mad about too much American Love Machine. Maybe that big main event last week was enough to... Maybe he got a bunch of pop from that in America. Oh, I think he did. Oh, he did. He got like 10 points of pop from that main... Let's go. All right. We're gonna... This brand's gonna make it yet. This brand is gonna make it yet. Brand off. Send Ultimo out there. And they're both going to hold their belts up. The WCW Light Heavyweight Champion and the NWA Light Heavyweight Champion. Let me make sure that's not too much El Dandy. Oh, fuck, that is too much El Dandy. All right, well, they were fine. They were fine with 16 minutes of El Dandy. So if we make that 13... Hey, no problem. All right, let's do... I mean, listen, we had our big surprise last week. Actually, you know what? Let's build to the tag. Let's just do Roddy Piper versus Viano 4. Okay. What a match this is. I mean, listen, he works in WCW. He's got one belt. We're not, I mean, he's about to have two. but that's, we're not sending him all over the place to win all these other belts. Is there like... I mean, he's got 67 pop in Mexico. I think we could get away with him beating Piper. Well, maybe. Piper's very popular. I keep forgetting that Piper's here because he's very popular in Mexico. I keep forgetting that. All right, he can win by DQ. This is our third interference DQ finish of the stream. But in my defense, it is 1995, And that was the style at the time. So, Roddy's going to win. DQ. Interference. Viano 3. And they're going to kick his ass after the match. All right, great. Let's get this placement mode back on. Or excuse me, not placement mode. Brands. How do we want to debut El Genio? That's a great question. Let's do. Let's do a promo. Let's do this. Let's do a very short promo with Randy and Pero. And then let's add a new part where El Genio shows up and attacks him from behind. Then him and Randy put the boots to Paraguayo. And then we add yet another part where El Genio does a poem. I want to see how this does. So Randy, just stand there. Pero, sell, I guess. Actually, no. Just, you land. I don't want to rate anything other than El Genio talking. So Pero, just lay there. All right, we still need our Tech Masterclass and our Steal the Show match. G and G, remember that? Yeah, see, yes. Is it Genio or is it like Henio? Is it one of those situations? I'm gonna do the sad thing and look it up on Google. Oh, apparently my Bluetooth headphones have been in this whole time. I was like, why isn't my phone fucking doing this? El genio. El genio. El genio. El genio. All right, we got it. El genio. All right. Negro Casas is here, and he's well known. Oh, Blue Panther should be muy mad at Norman Smiley. So mad that he wants to have a tech masterclass with him. So let's do Blue Panther. It could be Negro Casas, but is there like someone else who's got good tech and is maybe not over El Brazo? Let's exclude the already booked. Yeah, let's do Negro Casas. Against Norman Smiley and Norman Smiley's good friend. Great Sasuke, because we're gonna find a tag partner for Great Sasuke. These guys 12 minutes. Tech Masterclass. I mean, this heel team has to win. But, I mean, we could at least have Great Sasuke lose, I guess. We'll make it open. And then we need our Steal the Show / High Spots match. Damn, Lasertron really is just locked into the... You know what? Let's keep using the fact that Chris Candido has white hot momentum for some reason. Let's get him out there. Oh, Hayabusa and Great Sasuke would be a sick fucking team. I would like that to happen. I also like this weird, just like foreigners alliance I've made with Candido, Furnace, and Taka. I'm gonna keep that going. Let's do Candido and Taka. See if they have chemistry. That'd be fun. And they are going to take on... who's got just like crazy air? I mean, these guys do, but they wrestled them last week, right? I want these guys to win, preferably, so I think they have to beat, like, Astro Ray Jr. and, like, Rayo de Jalisco Jr. Although these guys might be too over. Yeah, that's pretty over in Mexico. Yeah, Rayo de Jalisco, way too over, way too over, way too over. Alright, let's do... Oh, the Headhunters would be perfect, but they can't fucking steal the show. They're the fucking Headhunters, man. Astro Ray Jr. and Too Cold Scorpio. Too Cold can absolutely lose this match. Steal the... Nope. Steal the show. Do not do it. Do not do a spectacle. Oh my god. Chris Candido is going to be Too Cold Scorpio. Let's make it open. And you know what? He's a heel. He's an evil gringo or whatever I made his gimmick. What did I make his gimmick? Oh, it's too hard to see from here. I made it something like that. Too Cold is extremely unhappy. Really? Really? Oh, he's got like... He's like almost recognizable. Damn. Alright. Okay. Too Cold. You know what, Too Cold? You don't have to be in this match. You know what we can do? Surely there are local workers in Mexico City who've got some aerial. Yeah, like literally everybody. Who's like actually got it though? mean, that's a cool mask. I don't know if this guy's any good, but he looks cool. Did I go right by Hoovy? I did go right by Hoovy. I mean, we gotta. Also, he's only 20, so he's not going to be popular. So he can, in fact, lose this match. All right, let's bring in Hoovy. Ray's into it. He's like, hell yeah, bring in Hoovy. Hoovy. Astro Ray Jr., Chris Candido, Taka. 10. Steal Show. Winner, Chris Candido. Loser, Hoovy. Did Atlantis cut a promo last week? Am I out of my mind? Yeah, no, he cut a promo last week. They haven't wrestled in a while because I'm like looking for a tag team for them to wrestle, but yeah, they could. This is, you know what? This is a show where we can do a lot of wrestling. I should probably just take advantage of that. Also, you know, Lucha. Blue Demon. Atlantis. And their good friend, Rayo de Jalisco Jr. We almost booked him. Let's get him on there. Taking on... If we put Connect in this match, that's kind of a big match. Although, I don't know if we want to put him in this match. Because this team is losing. Although, we certainly could have him defend the heavyweight. Oh, whatever. Taking on El Brazo, El Connect, that's El Brazo again, and Pirata Morgan. I'm going to have Atlantis just win. I guess he can beat Pirata Morgan or Brazo. And then we have like one more minute. Blue Demon beats Connect to set up a title. Yeah, I mean, we could. I suppose. According to this, he's only 199 pounds, so the game's going to be like, he's not a heavyweight. Although I think we fixed that. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Too much. I think slightly overused is fine. I think it's when it's like overused you get yelled at. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. I want to give like Too Cold Scorpio is so close to being recognizable. Let's go with a character idea. Then he would at least have very more momentum. Do we not have any fucking regular ass character ideas? We have one. A safe bet. Hey, let's use it. Beautiful. Hell yeah. Congrats, Skylar. What are you booking? Super Punk. That's why you're here. I knew we'd find a use for Super Punk. This is the most wrestling we've booked on a show in a long time. You gotta open with the Tech Master class, which is this. And then I think squash match no one will care about is good for second on the card. Let's take this and put this after the big. Let's put this up here. You know what? We have 3 minutes left. Let's do... Well, they're probably going to be mad if I do a 3-minute thing here. I was going to have one of these guys cut a promo being like, the NWA title's on the line, but then the crowd's going to be... There's going to be too much American Love Machine and El Dandy. Wow, that was fast. Big. Noah kind of is on the up and up, although obviously not like, you know, biggest company in Japan or anything. But they, you know, since they put the title on Ozawa, they've been doing better. We should get like a GM for this brand. I'm sure there's maybe that's what we do with Mil Mascaras. Although I don't think he's a promo either. But we should sign someone like that to be the like general manager of this brand. We should do that. Anyway, for now, I'm just going to leave this as is and run it, and I have no idea what this is going to get. The last Super Viernes got a 76, so it should be better than that. 84. $698-day run. God damn. Fucking Katsuhiko Sammartino over there. All right, we got an 82 for this opener. I will absolutely take that. Sasuke got a much better 69 when he wasn't teaming with someone he had like absolutely zero chemistry with. Nego Casas and Blue Panther were good. Norman is also very good. 60 for Too Cold and Super Punk. But what's really important here is that with the very warm momentum, we could book Too Cold on the show without the crowd going, oh, he's a prelim guy. We're mad. We got a 64 for this. I was hoping this would do better. What did Hoovy get? Hoovy got a 55, so... I mean, it's better than Taka. Although Taka was off his game, but it was better than Taka. If we were going to sign Hoovy, I think we might send him to Dev. But that's also kind of weird, because Dev kind of puts you on the path to going to Nitro or Saturday Night. Hell yeah, 82 for this. A 95 for the first part, which was just Savage and Paraguayo talking. That makes sense. And then a 73 for the part where the El Genio showed up and attacked Paraguayo from behind. And then a 79 for the poem. So, you know, the poem didn't, like, go crazy, but they did like it. I can't believe Lanny Poffo speaks fluent Spanish. What a pull that was. What a clutch signing. Oh, I mean, of course, the gimmick is just the genius. A gimmick he has been doing for a long... Like, he's very good at it. We should check the gimmick change, but yeah. Losses do not hurt momentum as much as usual. Give a large boost to microphone skill. Okay, those are good fucking boosts. 73 for Roddy versus Viano 4. Viano 4 got a 62. And then they beat him up, which did bad. No one cared about the Vianos beating up Roddy Piper, which is bullshit. 81 for this like semi-main event kind of match. I'm into that. Atlantis got 85. Yeah, we should probably just put him on like every show. That's probably... I should probably just have him stop cutting promos. That's like, I'm here, I'm Atlantis. We should probably just book him. This is probably the better way to do things. Oh, oh my! We got a 90 for this main event. Oh, did I forgot to make it? No, no, no. He won the. Okay, for a second I thought I forgot to make this NWA Light Heavyweight Title match. El Dandy, the goat of this brand, has won the NWA World Light Heavyweight Title. He will be wrestling Ultimo Dragon in a unification match for those two titles at Great American Bash, the most American match I could think of. Ultimo Dragon and El Dandy. And a 75 for them holding their belts up. '86. That's got to be our best Super Viernes. That was like an actually good show. $300,000. Pop recap. Hey, there we go. Finally going up in Mexico with these shows. I guess we just weren't going up in Mexico because I was booking bad shows. Which, you know what? Fair enough. We literally booked one good Super Viernes and we went up. Everyone was like, this is what we were waiting for. Just do a good show. Super Viernes has really taken over the... it's really the most, like, memeable brand because... like last stream, El Dandy got like the YouTube thumbnail. This one will probably be it's got to be El Genio, right? Like it's got to be. What else? It's got to be. And here comes Coco, baby. Yeah, your face. Yeah, Matt. Coco Beware speaks passable Spanish. Holy shit. All right, that's gonna do it for the stream. We will be back next Tuesday. We will be yes, tomorrow night. So we will be jumping right into Slamboree, and then we'll do Nitro, and then for Saturday it'll be Notepad time. So we'll have to. Everyone loves Notepad time, so strap in for that. And then I don't know what's after Great American Bash. Bash at the Beach. Yeah, that makes sense. it is the summer. And at some point, I keep saying, like, when there's a clash, we'll give that to Super Viernes. And there just, like, hasn't been a clash in, like, months. I really wish they were just... I really wish at, like, January 1st it added all the clashes for the year instead of doing it month by month. But whatever. There's got to be one eventually. But yeah, tune in for that next Tuesday. And then, of course, Thursday, new series coming. If you've not been paying attention the last couple streams, or you're not watching the AEW series, we're starting a new series. It's me versus Nick, 2-player save. We're going head-to-head in 2004 in the It All Begins Again mod. Nick is playing as WWE. I am playing as TNA. I'm going to be a big underdog in that series. Tune in for that. I might have bitten off more than I can chew. I told Nick not to pull any punches, and if he truly doesn't, I could be in trouble. But we'll see how that goes. So tune in on Thursday for that. Thursday will be a lot of like setting stuff up. It'll be a lot of that. You know, you all know how a TEW mod starts. You gotta go. You fire people. You hire people. You put Impact on TV because you're still doing weekly pay-per-views in April 2004. Stuff like that. That's what that stream will mostly be. We might book like a show each. But yeah, tune in for that. And then yeah, check out the YouTube channel. I've been doing some new stuff over there. Been messing around with like YouTube shorts. I've been making like highlight versions of the old ROH streams. So go check that out. youtube.com/swarlesfpr. If you're already watching on YouTube, check that stuff out. Also, you know, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Come watch live Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern, twitch.tv/swarls. And that will do it. Bye, everybody.